Good morning, my friend. Nizak Abdel here, Hustlers University. Zach is the truth on Instagram, ZACKIZDA truth on Instagram. This morning, for your motivational minute, your morning motivation, I wanted to talk to you about judgment, criticism, and complaint. Judgment, criticism, and complaint. How we shouldn't do either one of those. Judgment is a process by which we negatively assess the character of another person, the culture of a company, or just in general, we lay negative assessment to anything in particular, right? This is judgment. This is a conclusion, a hard and fast conclusion based on what we feel is the evidence that matters most to us, of course, to make this judgment. Judgments typically are harsh, and they typically are final. And what happens when we judge negatively, when we spit out negative judgment, it repulses people and it repulses those around us who would normally feel egregious towards us or some sort of harmony or simpatico with us. Judgment pushes people away. It makes them feel as if we stand in some realm of superiority in which we can then cast judgment upon others or other things or projects or procedures or companies or whatever the case may be, because we stand in some elevated seats of whatever it is. I've been guilty of it myself, still am. Like, one of the things that I have a harsh judgment for is definitively the music industry in some of the cities that I deal in, right? However, the type of judgment I'm talking about usually assesses or is lobbed onto individuals. Aside from lobbing judgment on other individuals, when we lob judgment or we cast judgment or we project judgment out to other people's projects or enterprises or whatever it is they're working on, because they're personally tied to them, they feel personally judged by you as well, right? So we don't judge, because here's one key principle in achievement. Here's one key principle in influence. One key principle in building a team or recruiting or whatever the case may be. People will only ever remember how you made them feel. They won't remember what you said, right? So while your words might have good intentions, the truth of the matter is, whatever a person is picking up on, to some degree you're projecting, right? So if a person starts to feel a certain way, in a lot of instances, it's not just them coming up with some negative emotion, though sometimes that does happen, especially when people are not in tune with their own emotions, their own feelings, right? So we need to be cognizant of that. Second thing is criticism, right? Criticism is just like judgment, except it's not as final. It's just as annoying, just as nagging, it's just as condemnatory of whatever the person's character is or whatever the person's artwork is or whatever. Now, I'm not talking about constructive criticism, the things we say to help people improve. But please understand, in my world, in which I deal with a lot of artists, a lot of independent artists, in my world, criticism can be a very, 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 very negatively impacting thing, right? When we criticize someone's efforts or someone's artwork, right? We criticize someone's time, we criticize someone's skill set, right? I'm not talking about helping them to improve because you have a skill set that may exceed theirs in a specific area, right? Because there is a room, there's a space for constructive criticism. Helps a person build, helps a person grow, helps a person develop, right? This is not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about the type of criticism that leaves a person feeling as if nothing they do is good, right? We have to be mindful and cognizant of that, because remember, people remember how you made them feel, right? And so if we're going to elevate, if we're going to escalate, if we're going to be better than we were yesterday, then we have to recognize that the types of judgments and criticisms we lob on people could impact them in a negative way and cause them to not want to deal with us in the future, or cause them to, maybe not even escalate to the areas of success they possibly could, because we said something or we did something that negatively affected them. The last thing is complaining. And I'm going to leave you with this. One of my many mentors over the years, Jim Rohn, who has now passed away, may he rest in peace. Jim Rohn, who also ironically is from Caldwell, Idaho, which I just moved from, which is from Nampa, Idaho, which is right next door to Caldwell. You'll see some videos with me on Lake Lowell. Lake Lowell is in Caldwell, Idaho, Caldwell and Nampa, right? But Jim Rohn said this about complaining. He said, if you spend 5 minutes complaining, you would have wasted 5. And you would have begun what is known as economic cancer of the bone. And they will soon haul you off to the desert of financial ruin, and there let you choke on the dust of your own regret. Complaining. Don't waste your time, don't waste your energy on negativity. Don't waste 1 second on judging others, complaining about circumstances and situations, or criticizing others, because that's just hating. Don't be a hater, right? Be a player in the game of life. Because when you elevate and you reserve your intentions, and you reserve your criticisms constructively for not just yourself and what you're doing, but you reserve constructive criticism for others to help them improve and to help them grow, that's what people are going to remember, because they're going to remember you helping them grow. They're going to remember you helping them improve. They're also going to remember you making them feel like shit, making them feel less than worthy, right? So that's your Hustlers University morning motivation. Be blessed. Remember, always, always, always strive to improve, to be a better person yesterday, a better entrepreneur, a better father, a better husband, a better lover, a better wife, a better salesperson, a better whatever. Yesterday than you were the day before. Today than you were yesterday, and tomorrow than you were today. My name is Nizak Abdel.